Don't worry, be happy. Do, 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 my name is Adrian Cromartie. I'm 26. I'm a waiter and a host, theater actor. I'm also owner of my company, Raucous Bacchus Productions. So I get up, get out, and then I have an audition. And then right after the audition, I have rehearsal. And then after that rehearsal, I'll have class for acting class. And by the end of the night, I bike home. I'm exhausted. You know, I just pass out, and then I wake up the next day and I go to my restaurant to try to make up for any money I didn't make the day before. You know, I know just for the younger generation, they would rather stay home on the internet, or they would go to the movies for $10. They don't really want to pay $60 to go see a show that may or may not be good. That's sort of been a dilemma, and Raucous Bacchus wanted to show that theater can be crazy. You know, you can really have an experience in theater and walk out changed. So what Raucous Bacchus did was to combine time-tested theater material with the local rock music scene in Boston. We take out the music in the show and we replace it with the original music of the band. The point we wanted to do was to bring the audience of the band into theater to show them that, wow, it's a whole new world. There are over 50 theater companies in America that have Dionysus in the names. We're like, we want to be a little bit more unique. So we came up with Bacchus, which was the Roman name. But Bacchus has to do more with food and wine and restaurants. So we added Raucous. When we endeavored to do this, we didn't have a lot of time to decide when or where we were going to do it. So we booked the theater. We had a crew, we had a cast, picked a show. We got in touch with a couple booking agencies here, and they all said, it's not going to happen. You're not going to have bands. You waited too long. So we thought we were going to have to cancel the whole thing. 3 weeks out, I got a call from Sarah Blacker, who's a pop folk sensation in Boston. And she said she was interested, and I didn't know who she was. So I called the owner of the theater, and I said, do you know Sarah Blacker? And he said, Sarah Blacker is interested in doing your show? I said, yeah. He said, book her right now. Hang up the phone, book her now. I was like, okay. I call her up. I say, yeah, I think we can swing it. Yeah, let's give it a shot. She's like, oh, this sounds amazing. I really want to do this. I've always wanted to do theater and music. Well, once Sarah Blacker came in, we sold out for every time that she came in. And we thought, wow, this is amazing. We ran for 3 weekends, and each weekend was a different band. The show opens, and it's 15 minutes of the band. It's just music, and there's a dance floor, and there's a bar too. So they're drinking, and they're dancing, and they're having a good time. And then right after that, the show begins. But people don't really know the show has begun. It's sort of, all of a sudden there's actors on the stage, and there's dialogue, and it's kind of like, whoa, what's going on?
Living your life is supposed to make you weary. That's what death is for, rest! You can't be lazy. You gotta cover up your guts, because it's just cowardice to say, oh, that's just the way things are.
Right after Act 1 and during Act 1, the band will interject and be sort of part of the play. So it's like, okay, what is the band and what is the show? We sort of wanted to make it one thing. For the bow, you know, for the curtain call, the actors come out and they bow, the band is playing, and everybody's sort of celebrating that, you know, the show is over and it was great, it was a great time, let's drink, let's have fun. And then that goes on for like 30 minutes. So it's total maybe 2.5 hours, which just goes by fast. Thank you, Bacchus.